Hi guys, this is Lisa. I got a couple of cards to show you today and a couple of projects that I've been working on for the past couple of weeks. Um, really been in a card making mood because I have a lot of birthdays coming up, and a couple of cards that I wanted to send a few friends just because. The first card is it's a congratulations card for a young lady that graduated from high school. A little behind giving her card, but and the paper that I use comes from this paper stack that I picked up at Tuesday morning. It's the American Crafts Hip Hip Hooray paper pad. I think it's a really cute one. I'm sure everybody's seen this paper pad, but I think it's real cute, especially for birthday cards and congratulations cards. It's real bright and cheerful. Really cute paper pad. But that's the one that I used. And I used a little bit of ribbon, and I also used some of the buttons that we found at Joann's. And this is the card. I think it turned out real cute. It's just a little Hello Kitty card, and I layered a couple of pieces of paper behind the paper from the stack. I love that green and that watermelon color, and then I took some lace that I had on hand and wrapped it around the top and tied a bow and added one of those little bow buttons at the top. And also I found this at Michael's in the dollar spot. It's the little flowers with the bling in the center. They come in a light pink with pink in the center, a dark pink with pink in the center, and then the white with the pink in the center. And I created a little banner and stamped on there Dream Big. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then I put the little Hello Kitty die cut on the end because all the young ladies like Hello Kitty. And on the inside we've already written our sentiment, but I just left it kind of plain. Stamped another image of Hello Kitty on the inside and added another one of these little flowers. And on the back I just signed it. So I thought that one turned out real cute. So, and then this little card, I was inspired by Bona from Live Love Scrap. She created these little tiny cards, and she used her die. She had this, what do you call it? It's a die where you can cut out the little, you know what I'm talking about. But she used the die and she cut out the die cut and folded it in half and created a card base. And then she used a smaller die to create the background for the image. So I used one of my little gorgeous girls, and I used my die cutter, and then I snipped it at the bottom so that it would stand up. And then I took a smaller die and cut out the background. And then I took one of my gorgeous girls and I colored her up. I'm still working on my coloring skills. And then I paper pieced her dress. And the paper right here and for her dress comes from this little stack. It's called Sweet Memories. And I actually got this one out of one of the UK magazines that you can pick up at any of the craft stores, the card making magazine. It was like a little insert that they put inside the packaging, but I thought it was so pretty. These are some of the papers. I love that bird and that bird cage. And this is the paper I used for the background. And then this one's real sweet. I love that one. And they gave you quite a few sheets, as a matter of fact. Used a few of them. And this one was pretty. It's meant to look like lace. And then this polka dot one, which is the one I used, of course, for her dress. So that was the paper that I used. And then I took, I have this little pack of Studio 112 from Joann's that I picked up for 50 cents. And it's just dimensional stickers. I love when I find stickers or die cuts that have sentiments on them, because that's the part of card making that is always the challenge for me, is how to get that sentiment on the front of the card. Should I cut it with this die, or should I use this color paper so this makes it so easy for me, and especially if it matches the pattern paper. And it's so funny because it blends right in to the pattern paper. I love how that blended in. And then I used a little flower from Wild Orchid Crafts, and then this is a Recollections flower from Michaels, and I punched out another butterfly with my Martha Stewart punch and added a little glossy accents, and I put a little glossy accents on her lapel, and I tried to stickle her heart, got a little glue on there, and I just colored in her little tights, and I used Copic markers for her hair and her skin and her tights. And then I just added a couple little pearl bling on the side there. And then just stamped it on the back with my little stamp. But I thought that was really cute. And then the next card, let's see. This one, I know which paper stack I pulled this from. I believe it was... I think it was a My Mind's Eye. I can't remember, and I've already put the paper up, so I can't remember which paper stack I used. But I believe it was My Mind's Eye, one of their recent paper stacks. And then I created my own little card base. I just took some white chipboard and I scored it, and cut it and scored it. And I layered on some pink cardstock and then layered on the pattern paper. I took a paper doily, cut it in half, pulled it apart a little bit. I think I saw Laura do that. And then I took my die and cut out the center part and turned it sideways, put it on here, stamped on my sentiment, and added another one of those cute little flowers from Michael's Dollar Spot. And these little butterflies, they are so cute. I picked those up at Hobby Lobby after Easter sale. I think I paid 30 cents for this whole pack of butterflies, and there were 20 in here. I've been using them like crazy. The only ones I really don't care for are these with the black on them. I may cover those up with some markers or something, but I love the little glittered butterflies. So I used those right on the front of the card. And then right here is a little crocheted flower layered with another crochet flower. Well, I think this is a double layer crochet flower that I picked up at Michael's a couple years ago. So because it was in my stash, so I think that's where it came from. Oh my gosh, these glue strings are driving me crazy. And then I used a Wild Orchid Craft flower on top of there. And then on the inside, I just added some more of the pattern paper here and here. And at the bottom, it had this funky little design at the bottom of this paper, so I just took half a piece of that doily and covered it up, added another one of those little flowers, some crochet trim from Michaels, and then I took a little sticker that I had in a pack, and I love it. It says with joy you will draw water from the wells of salvation, Isaiah 12:3, and it has a little dove. So, and on the back I just stamped that. So that's the other card I created. And then this card here, I love how this one turned out. It's so cute. And I created my own little card base. I wish I had used a heavier cardstock. I just used this yellow cardstock that I had on hand and created the card base. And then I took some gingham craft paper and layered it and added a doily, a full doily. And then I took some paper. This was actually like a paper scrap I think I had left from a paper stack. And I believe it's My Mind's Eye also. And I just kind of scooched it on the diagonal, added a little die cut piece at the center, stamped happy birthday to you. These are some more of those butterflies and some Wild Orchid Craft flowers here and here, and this is a Michael's Recollections flower, and added some red gingham ribbon at the top. And on the inside I just added a piece of a paper doily, and on the back, and I haven't even stamped it yet. And then the next one is another variation of that same card. Again, created my own card base with yellow cardstock, layered on the paper, cut the doily in half and put that on there, and scooched the cardstock to the side. And I used some appliques, cut out the flowers from an applique and put one here and here, added some pearl bling, and I also added some more of those butterflies. I'm loving those butterflies. And I cut out, no, this comes from a paper stack that I picked up from Big Lots. And it has, I think it's called by Colorblock, but it has a bunch of different shapes in it, die cut pieces. So I just punched it out and added my sentiment and stickled up some flowers to go on here. I believe these are Michael's flowers, and I just kind of shimmered them up a little bit. And this one I believe I received in a swap, and I just shimmered that, shimmer misted it. And this is a Michael's Dollar Spot flower. And on the inside, I just took some more of the paper and used my Martha Stewart punch at the bottom. And on the back, just stamped it. And that's it for the cards. And the other thing I wanted to show was I was so inspired by a couple of the ladies that found the little drawer units, the acrylic drawer units. And I was really inspired by Laura. Her idea to stack them on top of each other and put some of her pretty pastel bling in it was just so pretty. So I went on the hunt for those drawer units. I went to TJ Maxx. They didn't have them. They had a variation of them, but wasn't the same. And I went in Home Goods and I was able to find one. And then I went to, I believe it was Marshall's, I'm sorry, and found the second one. And this is what I did with mine. I move the camera, try not to make you sick. But this is what I did with mine. I didn't glue mine together. I know Laura glued hers together. I didn't glue them. But I love how it turned out. In the bottom drawer, I have all my little hearts. You know how we all pick these up at Dollar Tree during Valentine's. And I love them because you can put them on the front of cards regardless of whether it's Valentine's Day or not. And then in the second drawer, I have all of my little satin bows. I have my pink ones, creams, whites, and blues. And then in this drawer, I have a mixture of different little crocheted flowers and butterflies from my stash. And then in this one, I put some more satin flowers, ribbon roses. I love these big fat ones. These are actually vintage that I found somewhere, probably at an estate sale in a sewing room. And then these cute little bows that I found. They sell these at Hobby Lobby in the jewelry section. I believe it's the jewelry or the floral section, but they come in a little pack of 3 for like $1.99, and I think they were on sale that week, so I got them for $1, because otherwise I wouldn't pay $2 for 3 bows. But they're real cute, and they're already pre-made, so that always helps. And then this is my little Tilda button drawer. These are all the buttons that Marilyn created for me, and so I put those in there. Try to get this back in there. And then these are all of my little flowers from the Dollar Spot at Michael's. Love how that looks. And then in the top 2 drawers, I have my buttons. So I have the little pretty mint green ones over here. See, there's that bow one that I used on that card. And then I have my pink ones over here. Those are so pretty. And then at the top, what sits at the top, I'm going to pick you up for a second, are these little jars. These are those little apothecary jars that you can pick up at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or wherever. And I took all of my little ribbon rosettes and put them in here. And so I have them by color. I have the whites, the greens, the pinks, and the yellows, and purples and blues on there. And so those sit on top of it. So I thought that came out really, really well. I love how it looks on my craft desk. And thank you, Laura, so much for the inspiration. And that's all I have to share today. And hopefully I'll come back with another video real soon. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.